We are going to go have some fun here today, playing hooky from work, which is great. It's Friday, ending work a little bit early, so we are going to get on the ATV here, pulling my little sled. I built a new trail yesterday on my property to link to a trail that already exists. But that existing trail, you can only reach from the main road, the dirt road back to our house. So I wanted to build a trail from my actual kind of living area of the property to be able to directly access that existing trail. So we'll show you a clip of that newly made trail. Just had to trim some trees, and now I'm just trying to run the ATV through it as much as I can to really build out the tracks. So we're going to hook up the sled here, throw the chainsaw in, axe and whatnot. Once I get onto the main trail that I just connected to, there's a couple big old trees that have fallen down across it. So we're going to go chop those up, and haven't really explored back there too much on this trail. So we'll get some pics of that along the way, see where it goes. I know it goes way up onto the ridge in the back of our property, but we'll play around back there. So here we are, we're at the start of the trail that I'm building right now. So we'll buzz through this, and we'll stop and talk a little bit more once I get up to one of the trees we need to cut on the main trail. Alright, here we are on the main trail. I forgot I still need to trim down a couple little saplings there right at the end. So we'll cut those down at some point here today. But gonna drive up. Here's the existing trail. You can't really see here, but it is definitely an uphill going up to the little ridge and behind our house. So we'll drive up there. You'll see there's a big old tree that we need to get rid of, haul it back to the house, and there'll be some firewood probably next year. But so let's head on up there. Alright, here we are. It's a good sized tree. Now well over 12 inches at the very base there. Don't know how well that gets picked up, but and it just fell. I mean, it still had some leaves on it. Not sure what happened there at the base that it got weak, but that's going to be a beautiful log for some firewood. So we'll put the camera away here and get to cutting. And then we'll keep on going down the trail and see what else we need to get cut up and moved out of the way. Want to be able to get back in here pretty much anytime we want. Maybe even in the winter, try to keep this a little bit clear, just so we can get back in there, maybe snowshoe around a little bit, see what kind of wildlife's out there during the winter time, and just have some fun. So get to chainsawing. Alright, we went ahead and bucked this up into 4 foot or so chunks. You can see the base was just all rotted out on this thing, and that's why it finally came over. But we've got into some chunks here. Oh, a good few of them. I mean, this is really a good chunk of wood here that we'll be able to use for some firewood. So we'll get some of this thrown into the sled and ready to be pulled back to the house. Now I suspect I'm probably late to the party on this tool. Maybe everybody that works out in the wood has one of these already, but a little pickaroo or hookaroo, I don't know, different names for them. A little beautiful spike, just pop right in the logs, and then you can just really just work them right around. Just, you know, they just kind of come wherever you ask them to go. So we'll use that. Makes things a little bit easier, no bending over, or limits bending over at least. Get them all into the sled here, and probably unhook the sled and keep traveling down the path, see where we're going to go here, how far we can make it till we hit the next tree or something. All right, we got another 100 yards or so down the path here, and we've got another tree blocking the way. It's almost like Mother Nature doesn't want me coming down here. Luckily they make chainsaws, so we'll get to cutting this and break this through as well. All right, got that one cleared. On down the road. All right, got one more here. Looks like this one's been here a little while. Release that tree is pretty darn dead. So we'll get this guy cleaned up and keep going down the path. But I mean, wow, where I'm at right now. And this is back towards the back end of our property, and it's just, you know, it's all forested, nothing but forested properties around us, some state land not too far behind us, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, it's just fantastic out here. I can't begin to tell you. So many people get really wrapped around the axles with work and life and you know, even in their downtime, it's some video games, it's, you know, TV, lots of TV and movies and you know, things like, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but things like Facebook and all the different online stuff is just totally consumes a lot of people's lives. And you know, they go through life and they're not exactly smiling for a lot of folks. And I wonder if they came out to a place like this where they didn't have distractions, nothing really drowning out what's going on inside their brain, nothing to distract them from their real thoughts and how they feel about things. I wonder if they spent some time out here, if they'd actually hear what's going on inside their own head, what's making them happy or unhappy, what's screaming out to them that all electronics and whatnot going on around them is kind of drowning out. I don't know. I know I'm happy as can be in this kind of environment. Just getting out of the city, coming here, spending my time here. It's black and white. Totally different experience in life, and such a better one. And I'm not saying everybody needs to go move to the woods and go riding around on trails cutting wood. I get it, but man, get away from the world if you can. Shut some things off and see what's actually going on inside your head. And you might just be surprised what your body's telling you and your mind's telling you that maybe you could cut out and just plain be happier. But anyhow, back to the log. Got a log to cut here. Get this out of the way. Again, all these logs, I'm not just going to toss them. These things are going to get drug back to the house and put into firewood-sized logs and get used. This stuff's perfect. I mean, just laying on the ground, it's going to rot. Let's actually use it for something. Anyhow, here we go. So we're in the back of my property. I can see a stake down there. Don't know if it shows up on video well, but this is kind of the back. It just keeps going, being a ridge. But then as you turn to the front of my property, you can see this ridge just kind of, or hopefully you can see it, dives down and then kind of opens up to where it's a little flatter. There's a little ridge in the way too, but boy, it's just beautiful out here. What a view to be up here on this ridge and be able to see down to the floor of the forest, way down there. Good stuff. Lots of trees down back here, big ones too. You know, some of them split, you know, 10 feet above the ground. Some of them right about by the roots. Don't know if that was from some of the windstorms or what. But it's beautiful. got the trail open, so that makes me happy. Start getting back here with the ATV a little bit more, start hauling out some of this wood. Plus it'll open up that trail for hopefully some snowshoeing this winter. Be able to walk back here on snowshoes nice and quiet. Can't wait to do some videos of that. If you haven't experienced being out in the woods in the middle of winter, snow everywhere, especially if it's just kind of lightly snowing, oh wow, it's fantastic. But so this is it. Got this little project done, at least the bulk of it. Actually be able to get back here. Tons of cleanup to do, but more importantly, tons of fun to be had. So looking forward to it. Pretty pleased with how the trail's turning out that I'm building here. This was just woods. There was no trail here 2 days ago, so I ran through with the chainsaw and cut down some saplings and things. I tried to get around any real established trees, and I've been running the four-wheeler up and down it. I've been dragging some in old like chain link fence, and now for giggles I took a lawn tractor, just a regular kind of lawn tractor, had the blade all the way up, or the mower deck all the way up, and just kind of ran through here, and it's actually really looking good. I mean, I'm not going to have any problems finding this from now on and using it. Again, this is a trail that I'm going to be using for linking into the trail that goes up into the back of our property, where we'll be, you know, harvesting firewood and who knows what we'll end up doing back there. But this is actually turning out really good. I mean, just literally a day ago, this was just forest floor. There was no path. So this is turning out really good. Again, I tried to stay away from any trees that were really established. I didn't want to cut anything down for this trail. But I don't know. It's going to work. A couple little steep areas, but you know, we'll just have to be careful on them. If we're coming down them with ATV or something loaded with some firewood. Note to self: if you are on a riding lawnmower that has no real brakes, and you know, I don't know if we'll get to see it here if I can walk fast enough. If you're coming downhill, and then that's when you realize, hey, you know what? There's no real brakes on this thing. You know, only use it in the lawn, so there's no big hills there. That can make for an interesting ride. Yeah, here we're actually getting to it. You're not going to be able to see the steepness here, I guess. But so I ran up there with the riding lawnmower, and when I turned around, I ended up way down there, and finally some logs and stuff on the road finally stopped me. But that was interesting. So this turned out to be a good trail.